The critical edge, managing stress in high-pressure online gaming moments. Online competitive gaming, from the highest levels of esports to highly ranked ladder play, is an arena of intense cognitive and emotional demand. Unlike traditional sports where a momentary break exists, the dynamic, real-time nature of games like MOBAs, FPS titles, and real-time strategy games subjects players to constant, high-stakes decision-making under severe time pressure. This environment is a crucible for stress, and the ability to effectively manage it is increasingly recognized as the differentiating factor between good players and elite champions. The latest research in esports psychology, drawing heavily from traditional sports psychology and cognitive science, highlights that performance is not simply about mechanical skill, it is about maintaining a functional state of mind, or mental toughness, when the game is on the line. The nature of high-pressure gaming stress. The stress in competitive online gaming is multifaceted, stemming from several key areas. Cognitive load and decision fatigue. Competitive games require players to process massive amounts of visual and auditory information, track multiple timers, and anticipate opponent moves, all while executing complex motor commands. In critical moments, a final team fight, a clutch defuse, the last 2 minutes of a match, this cognitive load peaks. If not managed, this overload impairs the prefrontal cortex, that smart brain responsible for rational decision-making, leading to poor choices, slow reactions, and tunnel vision. Social and relational stress, online toxicity, harassment, and the fear of letting down a team amplify stress. This relational trauma, even if purely digital, triggers the brain's threat detection system, the amygdala, placing the player into a sustained fight or flight mode that is detrimental to focused, cooperative play. Physiological arousal. High-stakes moments lead to a surge in cortisol and adrenaline. While a controlled level of arousal, the flow state, is beneficial, excessive arousal leads to tremors, loss of fine motor control, and a significant drop in reaction time, a phenomenon known as choking. Evidence-based stress management techniques. Modern stress management for high-pressure gaming has moved beyond simple advice to take a break, focusing instead on integrating specific psychological and physiological techniques into the player's routine. 1. Arousal regulation through breathing techniques. In the heat of the moment, the most immediate and powerful tool is controlling the breath, which directly influences the autonomic nervous system. Box breathing, tactical breathing. This technique is highly effective for immediate stress reduction. It involves inhaling for a count of 4, holding for 4, exhaling for 4, and holding empty for 4. Repeating this cycle 3 to 5 times in a brief downtime, e.g., during a respawn timer or a lull in the action, can quickly shift the body from a sympathetic, fight/flight, to a parasympathetic, rest/digest, state, restoring focus and reducing hand shaking. Lengthened exhale. Focusing on a slow, long exhale, ideally twice as long as the inhale, activates the vagus nerve, which is crucial for relaxation. A common rhythm is inhaling for 4 seconds and exhaling for 8 seconds. This is particularly useful in pre-game routines or between rounds. 2. Cognitive restructuring and self-talk. The internal dialogue a player has with themselves directly impacts their emotional state and performance. Pre-performance routines, PPRs. Adopting a consistent, short sequence of actions and thoughts before a critical moment, e.g., before the final round or a clutch play, can stabilize performance. A PPR might involve a physical reset, shaking out the hands, a breath, box breath, and a brief, positive mantra, e.g., focus, 1 step at a time, or I've practiced this 1,000 times. This makes the execution of the skill feel more automatic. Positive, instructional self-talk, switching from judgment-based self-talk, don't miss the shot, to action-oriented, instructional self-talk, headshot level, strafe right, reload, can maintain focus on the task rather than the fear of failure. Reappraisal of stressors. Players are coached to view the physiological signs of stress, e.g., racing heart, not as signals of panic, but as activation, the body preparing to perform at peak capacity. Framing a high-pressure situation as a challenge rather than a threat significantly improves performance outcomes. Point 3. Mental imagery and visualization. Borrowed directly from traditional athletics, visualization trains the mind and body for success without the physical strain of gameplay. Vivid simulation, regularly practicing the visualization of perfect execution of high-pressure scenarios, e.g., hitting a difficult clutch shot, executing a flawless combo, with all sensory details, the sound of the footsteps, the feeling of the mouse, the tension in the chest, builds muscle memory and confidence. This reduces the cognitive load during the actual event, making the action feel more routine. 4. Holistic wellness and recovery. Recent research consistently points to the crucial role of off-screen health and on-screen performance, directly affecting a player's stress tolerance. Sleep management. Sufficient, high-quality sleep is non-negotiable, as it is essential for solidifying learning, restoring cognitive function, and managing emotional regulation. Chronic sleep deprivation dramatically lowers a player's stress threshold. Physical activity. Regular, moderate to vigorous physical exercise is a proven stress buffer, lowering baseline cortisol levels and improving overall mental toughness, social support and problem-focused coping. Elite players are increasingly utilizing structured social support, coaches, sports psychologists, and non-gaming social circles to practice problem-focused coping, addressing the root of the stress, e.g., fixing a technical issue or communicating effectively about a team dynamic, rather than relying solely on emotion-focused coping, venting, avoidance. The future of performance psychology in gaming. The trend in competitive gaming is towards a more integrated, data-driven approach to stress management. Future interventions will likely include biofeedback training, using heart rate, monitors and GSR, galvanic skin response, sensors during practice to train players to recognize and voluntarily control their physiological arousal levels in real time. In-game cues. Gaming platforms may begin incorporating subtle prompts for rest, mindfulness breaks, or positive self-talk, effectively gamifying self-care and recovery within the high-stress environment itself. Enhanced cognitive training. Specialized programs that isolate and improve specific cognitive functions, such as attention regulation, processing speed, and working memory, directly address the root cause of cognitive overload in stressful moments. In conclusion, the ability to thrive in high-pressure online gaming moments is no longer a matter of innate resilience, but a trainable skill rooted in psychological science. By adopting techniques like tactical breathing, positive self-talk, and robust recovery strategies, gamers can effectively regulate their physiological arousal and cognitive state, turning the intense stress of competition into the focused energy required for peak performance. Don't forget to share, comment, and subscribe JIX Academy.